Fearless Disease.
Fearless Disease fam, today we expose the truth they hate to hear. Like right now, if you are ready. DEMS loading attacks on vaccine views and brain worms. RFK is going to talk about all of that because he's been one of the best front runners when it comes to our health in America. But for some reason, the Democrats can't stand it. Sometimes they want to be healthy. They believe, fat is beautiful. They believe vaccines will save every single body without testing them. So let's see what RFK has to say today.
Thank you very much, Secretary Rollins. This is the fulfillment of a promise that we made in the Maha Report. The Maha Report, which we released 2.5 months ago, has 120 recommendations for how to transition, how to eliminate the chronic disease epidemic and transition to a healthier America. And among those promises, among the recommendations of the report, was the promise to make it easier for farmers in this country, to give them an off-ramp. Farmers who are dependent on inputs, on chemical and fertilizer inputs, to give them an off-ramp where they can transition to a model that emphasizes soil health, and with soil health comes nutrient density. And without coercion, through voluntary action, to give them good incentives to do well by doing good for themselves, for our children, and for the country. I'm very, very happy to have as a partner in this endeavor Brooke Rollins. I've been working on farm issues for 30 years, and this is the first USDA secretary who I believe is really committed to giving us, we already have the healthiest food supply in the world, to making a food supply that's even healthier, that's going to sustain, again, a transition to a much healthier America for our children. I also want to thank these farmers who are inspiring, and they're inspiring to the farm community, to all of us who care about good health, about sustainability on the farm, about water retention, about soil retention, about the health of farmers themselves who are concerned about the health of their children from too many chemicals on the land. And they have given us models. Some of these are 5th, 6th, 7th generation farmers, and they provided us models for how to do this and how to do it in a way that vertically integrates, that preserves profit margins, and that dramatically reduces inputs. So I want to thank, again, Brooke Rollins, Secretary of USDA, for making this happen, for her commitment to making America healthy again. And I'm going to introduce my partner and friend, Emmett Oz.
I love it right there. Make America healthy again. Basically, they're on trial. He has to sit in front of everyone to explain the simple things as far as we're trying to make food healthier. And he has a good point. America has the healthiest food system in the world. That's what they say. I don't know if it's true. I mean, we're in the top 3, maybe top 5. I believe there's other countries that do got some healthier food. I'm sorry. I've seen all the ingredients on the ketchup bottles and every single thing that we consume. There's a lot of different ingredients on there. So please, I maybe want to back up from that. But overall, I like how he's trying to make America even healthier. I think they're in the plan of course, getting the farmers together. But I think eventually they'll start getting some of those ingredients off of those ketchup bottles and mustard bottles and all the condiments and things that we're consuming, because it has 50-something ingredients in the ketchup. I like you talk about ketchup because I like ketchup. Sorry, I like it. But he's trying to decrease those things. So I like what he's doing, but he has to stand in front of America and show that he really cares about it. He's basically almost on trial when everybody else just dislikes any administration that comes with Trump. But I love to not just make America great again, but now we're making America healthy again. I love it.
They are too humble to say it themselves, but Brooke Rollins and Bobby Kennedy are amongst the 2 most innovative secretaries in modern history, and it is your leadership that makes what you're hearing today possible. And feasible for people like me who run agencies to actually march forward to accomplish the kinds of goals that they're outlining. Let me give you two major examples of how this is playing out right now. The first is the Rural Health Transformation Fund, which, as many of you have been following, received grants from all 50 states, requests for grants for all 50 states. We have just started to get the scores back from grading these applications, which are done by outside experts, and we will allot all that money by the 31st of this month. One of the ways that you get the money is by applying for SNAP waivers. Okay. If you apply for a SNAP waiver, and as the 6 documents here that were signed by Secretary Rollins today would attest, there's a lot of interest in this. You get paid extra money. If you actually get your legislator to ratify these agreements, you get additional money. Now, we've also asked states to submit proposals for participating in the Presidential Fitness Challenge, something that Secretary Kennedy's uncle created, and they get points for doing that as well. They also get points, by the way, for opening up credentialing so that rural communities can take advantage of clinicians that might live across the state border, that might be closer to where they happen to be in the little corner edge of their state than from the big city in the middle part of their state. So our intent is to provide better health care across the board, and that Rural Health Transformation Fund is going to put a 50% increase in federal Medicaid dollars into rural health care over the current standard for the next 5 years in a row. That's, again, 50% more money, $50 billion every year, spread out over 5 years. The second big issue is to build demand. As regenerative farming and other tools are coming to the forefront, and higher quality foods are quantitated with the plans that Secretary Kennedy is pushing forward with the dietary guidelines, we want to make sure there's a voracious appetite, metaphorically and in reality, for these tasty and nutritious foods. And eating those foods makes you healthier and will save the taxpayers money, because Medicare and Medicaid won't have to pay out so much in healthcare claims. You either pay for it in food or you pay for it in healthcare expenses. We therefore are pushing both in Medicaid and Medicare for clinicians to talk in their annual wellness visits with with kids if they're pediatricians, and with adults if they're primary care providers and general practitioners, and they get points, they get bonuses if they have these conversations teaching about healthy food. But it's even more.
Man, I love it. That's perfect. See what the administration wants to do. They wanted to get away from, of course, the benefits, of course, of Medicaid and all that for SNAP. And so that they brought it back, but now they're rebuilding it better. I love that they're actually getting more benefits if you actually speak with a specialist or a clinician to show that what type of foods to make your kids healthier so they can grow up and have healthier habits. Most of the things that come around with cars, heart disease and high cholesterol, they think that it's hereditary, it's within your blood, but no, it's not. It's the habits from kids. So if you grow up, you teach a kid to be able to eat correctly, eat vegetables, eat proper proteins and carbs and stuff like that, instead of the processed foods and sodas and sugary drinks. You're able to teach them at a young age. That means they'll grow up and won't have to even benefit off of SNAP because they're able to eat correctly. And of course, be more productive adults out here. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. But of course, the libs, the Democrats, they don't understand this. They believe everybody is healthy. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that you're healthy. It doesn't matter about anything like that. It's such an amazing way that we're seeing how the tide is turning, and we're seeing the benefits of what Trump was doing. It's amazing. Smash that like. Next video is gonna be on the screen. Subscribe and hit that bell. CashApp, FearlessDisease is gonna be in the description if you're supporting the movement. See you on the next one. Stay rich and stay fearless.